Hello everyone and welcome back to some more math time. In this video we're going to be looking at how to convert mixed numbers to improper fractions and vice versa. If you don't remember what mixed numbers and improper fractions are, check out the last video for more information on that. Today we're going to dive right on in. We're going to start with mixed numbers to improper fractions. I'm going to show you three ways to do this, one with a picture, one with a shortcut picture, and one with no picture at all. So let's get going. For this one, we're going to try it with a picture. I have here the mixed number 2 3/4. To draw that out as a picture, I know I'm going to need two holes. So I need to draw two hole shapes colored in to show that I have two holes. For my fraction piece, I need to make another shape that has 3/4 colored in. So here I have another circle where I've colored in 3 out of 4 pieces. Now, because this is going from mixed to improper, I want all of my pictures to have this same split so that they all have the same number of pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and divide my other two holes into fourths as well. So now I have 2 3/4 and all of my shapes have been split into fourths. To make this into an improper fraction, I just need to count it up. Remember that for your improper fraction, your numerator is how many pieces are colored in. So let's count them together. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces colored in, and the denominator stays the same. It's still how many pieces make the whole. In one whole shape, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to make the whole thing. So my denominator stays a 4. Altogether, I have 11 fourths in this picture here. So that was how to do mixed to improper using a picture. So now let's try it with a shortcut picture. We're going to use the same problem, and we're going to look at how to do it without drawing out all of those shapes and cutting them into fourths and all that stuff. To do this, I'm going to say, okay, we still have two holes. So I'm going to draw myself two little hole shapes, and I know each one has 4 pieces. Instead of drawing out my fourths, I'm just going to write a 4 inside to remind me that each of those shapes has 4 pieces. I know that I have a fraction where only 3 pieces are colored in. So I'm going to give myself another shape, but instead of 4 pieces, I'm going to put that there are only 3 pieces colored in here. When I see this, I know that I have 4 pieces plus 4 pieces plus 3 more pieces to give me my total of 11 pieces. If 11 pieces are colored in, that will be my numerator. Just like before, my denominator stays the same. We know that when going from mixed to improper, our denominator never changes, so I don't have to do anything there except bring it straight over. That's how to use an abbreviated picture to show mixed to improper fractions. Now, this is especially helpful if your denominator is something that's hard to draw, like thirds or fifths or sevenths. Let's take a look at one more way to do this that doesn't involve a picture at all. To do this without a picture, we're still going to start with our hole. We know that there are two hole shapes, and each one of those shapes has 4 pieces. So 2 hole shapes times 4 pieces each means that from my holes, I have 8 pieces. Now from this numerator here, I know that I have 3 additional pieces, so I'm going to add on those 3 extra pieces to find that I have 11 pieces colored in on this mixed number. So my numerator is 11 because 11 pieces are colored in. My denominator stays the same, always stays the same. So 4 pieces still make the whole, 11 fourths is still my answer. So that was how to use a picture, an abbreviated picture, and no picture at all to solve mixed improper. Now you can use any of those methods you like. They all find the same answer as we just saw. Go ahead and try it yourself. Pause this video and use one of those 3 methods to turn 4 2/3 into an improper fraction. Go. All done? Well, let's take a look and see if you got it correct. I'm going to do it with the multiplication method, so no picture at all. I know I have 4 holes, and each one has 3 pieces. So 4 times 3 gives me 12 pieces. There are 2 additional pieces, so I'm going to add that on to my total to get 14 pieces colored in on this mixed number. I know that my denominator is going to stay the same because I did not change the number of pieces in the whole. It is still 3. So 4 and 2/3 is equal to 14/3. Now that we've done mixed to improper, let's try improper to mixed. Just like before, I'm going to show you 3 ways to do this, one with a picture, one with an abbreviated picture, and one with no picture at all. So let's do it. Just find 7/4 and turn it into a mixed number. Let's use a picture. I know I'm working with fourths, so I'm going to draw myself a couple shapes and split them into fourths. I don't know how many holes I'm going to need, so I went ahead and drew 4 circles and split them all into fourths, and we can just get rid of the circles we didn't end up using. I know that my numerator is at 7, so I need to color in 7 of these pieces. So I'm going to start coloring pieces, and we're going to get to 7. So there's 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces, 6 pieces, and 7 pieces. I've colored in 7 pieces, so I am done. I didn't end up using these at all, so I'm just going to kind of scratch them out. We didn't need them. Now that I have a picture, I can just use that picture to tell me my mixed number. I have 1 whole circle colored in, and I have 3/4 of a second circle colored in. So altogether, I have colored 1 3/4. So 7/4 is equal to 1 3/4. Now another way to do this is to use an abbreviated picture or a shortcut picture. Let's try that. To use a shortcut, I can start with my numerator, say, okay, we have 7 pieces, so I'm going to draw out 7 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know that 4 pieces make up a whole. So every time I see 4 pieces, that is one whole shape. So I'm going to count 4 pieces and mark that that is one whole shape. I don't have enough for another whole here. So I can look at this picture and say, okay, well, one whole shape was created. So there's one whole shape there. I have 3 extra pieces. Oops, sorry. I have 3 extra pieces on this side. So that 3 is going to be my numerator because it shows how many extra pieces we had left over. My denominator always stays the same, so it stays a 4. Just like my last problem, I see that 7/4 is equal to 1 3/4. The last way you can do this is by using division. So this way does not use a picture at all. Instead, I'm just going to divide my numerator by my denominator. How many times does 4 go into 7? 1. 1 times 4 is 4. 7 minus 4 is 3. This quotient becomes your whole number. This remainder becomes your numerator. And your denominator stays the same. Again, 7/4 is equal to 1 3/4. Now that you've seen 3 methods of turning an improper fraction into a mixed number, one with a picture, one with a shortcut picture, and one with no picture at all, go ahead and pick one of those methods and try it on your own. 8/3 is equal to what mixed number? Pause the video and give it a shot. All done? Let's see if you got it. I'm going to use the shortcut picture version for this one. I'm going to say we have 8 pieces, so I'm going to draw myself 8 pieces. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know that every 3 pieces is one whole, so I'm going to go ahead and make groups of 3. I'm going to change color so I can see myself here. There's one group of 3. Here's 2 groups of 3. And then there's 2 left over at the end. So I see here that I've made 2 whole groups. I have 2 pieces left over. So this 2 here becomes my numerator. And my denominator, say it with me now, stays the same. So 8/3 is equivalent to 2 2/3. And that is all for today's video. Feel free to use any of the methods we used here on your assignment for today. Best of luck, everyone, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.